In just the past few days, conservatives seem to be splitting into two camps: those who view Mr. Trump as an existential threat to their ideological movement, and others who seek to shape his views and harness the wave of support he has generated into greater political power. Among this latter group are a number of veteran Republican politicians who consider the candidate closest to Mr. Trump in the battle for the nomination, Texas Senator Ted Cruz, a less appealing option as the standard-bearer for their party. Counted in their ranks are party elder statesmen like 1996 Republican presidential nominee Bob Dole, former Senate Majority Leader Trent Lott, and former Mayor of New York City Rudy Giuliani, as well as current office holders such as Congressman Peter King of New York and Senator Orrin Hatch of Utah, whose position as President pro tempore of the Senate puts him third in line to the US presidency. They say Mr. Cruz is a rigid ideologue who has undermined Republican strategy during his 3 years in the Senate, while Mr. Trump, no doubt a political wild card, could become a palatable candidate with whom their party could work. There's a lot of people who don't feel Mr. Cruz can appeal to people across the board, Mr. Hatch said during a television interview. I've come around a little bit on Trump, he continued. I'm not so sure we'd lose if he's our nominee because he's appealing to people who a lot of the Republican candidates have not appealed to in the past. Other Republican insiders share the view that a Republican presidential ticket led by Mr. Trump isn't the non-starter it was once thought to be. It's our job to nurture the candidates, to bring them into the fold, including Trump. Arthur Laffer, a prominent conservative economist best known for advising President Ronald Reagan to adopt supply-side economic policies, said to the Washington Post. Republican lobbyist Charles Black told the New York Times Mr. Trump can be coached and would eventually seek advice from a Washington establishment that he has scorned up to this point. If he got nominated, he'd be scared to death, Black said. That's the point. He would call people in the party and say, I just want to talk to you. That's a position that's far from universally shared on the right, however. While some Republicans appear to be making peace with Mr. Trump as their party's nominee, others are girding for all-out war. The National Review, which styles itself as the gatekeepers of conservative orthodoxy since its founding by William F. Buckley in 1955, has published a special issue titled Against Trump, featuring essays by nearly 24 columnists, commentators, historians, and activists. Trump is a philosophically immersed political opportunist who would trash the